Hey everybody, it looks like I'm live. I'm just checking all of the places. If you're joining me, I would love it if you would just tell me where you're joining from and if you're on Facebook or YouTube to make sure all my things are working. It's been a while, you all. I looked at my schedule, or my last video was in November. So I'm back. I'm going back to my old school Make It Mondays at 2 p.m. It worked for me before. I tried some different things. I'm going back to Make It Monday, 2 p.m. Central Time. It just seems to work for me. Hey, Kim. Hey, Carol. Thanks for joining me. It looks like you guys are on YouTube. If anybody's on Facebook, please, if you could just say hi or raise your hand in the comments, I would love it so I can make sure. When I logged on this morning, I had to update my software and it appeared like there was a little bit of an issue with Facebook. So I'm hoping I am there. I know, Kim, it has been forever. I just took a little bit of a break. I had my last Christmas party live for my customers here in Kansas City, and I just kind of went into hibernation. But I am back. I am back. I'm trying to simplify things a little bit this year so that I can be more consistent. And we'll see how that goes. The beginning of the year is always new resolutions and all the things. But let us know what the weather is doing where you are. We are in a snow what do they call it? A snowcopolis. We got 11 inches yesterday, and we have not seen a snowplow. So my husband's going to get out in that driveway this evening when he's working from home today and see what he can do. And but we can't go anywhere until those 11 inches are removed from the street. There were so many accidents and problems with the ice. It was kind of sketchy there this weekend, but I'm glad it happened on a weekend. Hey, Kim, you're on Facebook. I was wondering if Facebook was working. Thanks for joining me. Carol has snow, but not too much so far. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around. See if I remember how to do all this. And I did want to mention tomorrow is the big day where the mini catalog goes live. If you are a customer of mine, you have purchased from me in the last 6 months or so, you would have been mailed a catalog. With the snow and everything, hopefully they're going to get there on time. But you can see all the products online, and you can look at leslie.stampinup.net and see all the new stuff online starting tomorrow if you haven't gotten your catalog yet. Hi, Candy. How are you? Also starting tomorrow is Celebration, and that is it's our big best sale of the year every year in January and February. For every $60 increment you purchase, doesn't matter what, as long as it's on the site and available, you can choose a free item from the Celebration brochure. And I cannot show you the insides of any of this until tomorrow. So maybe I'll go live again real quick tomorrow and we can look at some of the stuff. But all that information will be on the website tomorrow. But for now, if you are local to Kansas City, I am having a card class. I call it my card making socials because we are just a community of crafters, or beginning crafters, medium crafters, big time crafters. And on the second Thursday of every month, I have a live in-person event. And these are the projects we'll be making this Thursday, weather permitting. If the streets don't get plowed, I will go to Tuesday the 14th is my rescheduled date. We'll cross our fingers that will work. But right now, y'all couldn't get into my neighborhood. So we're going to see what happens with that. But we're going to be making 2 Valentine cards, fun folds. using the Hearts of Elegance bundle. Here's another little fun fold we'll be doing on Thursday. Then we'll also be using this birthday bundle. Here's a wow card that I did. This will go to my granddaughter on her 9th birthday. And if you don't want to use the numbers when we have class, I have an alternative for you to change up that number and just make it a generic happy birthday card. And then here's a more simpler embossed card that we'll be making with that bundle. So those are the 4 cards we're going to be making Thursday, weather and street conditions permitting. If not Thursday, it will be rescheduled to Tuesday the 14th. But this is the project we're going to be making. Hey Debbie, good to see you. How was your weather down there where you're at? Did you get as much snow as we did? Did you miss some of it? The card today is just another little Valentine card, love card. But we shook it up a little bit and made, I don't know what to call it, maybe like a puzzle. And I'm going to show you how to do that so that everything equals out. But it's a good way to really show off some your designer series paper. Debbie, you got mostly ice and 3 to 4 inches of snow. Ugh, that ice is the worst. I guess my husband was just talking to one of his colleagues, and his wife had to work Saturday, and her car is totaled. Brand new minivan, totaled. I mean, when you're out in that ice, what do you do? What do you do? I was watching some of the videos. These are the products we're using in today's project. I'm using everything from the Marbled Elegance Suite. I'm using the Stamp and Die Bundle, Melon Mambo ink and paper, the adhesive backed heart sequins, and the gold twisted thread. And I'll have all the products listed when I'm done here in the description. And then over on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, I'll have a replay of today's video along with the products I've used and the measurements. I have a little diagram that I can share over there, how we're going to make our little puzzle pieces. So I did the math so you didn't have to. And believe me, I had to do a couple little tries to get it right. Math was never my thing. So how about anybody else out there? Are you a mathematician? Now, accounting, bookkeeping, I'm all over that, but that hard math, geometry, algebra, no way, Jose. Okay, I started out with an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Melon Mambo cardstock, and I chose that because it's one of the colors in the designer series paper, which I should show you. This is the Marbled Elegance paper, and this is an online exclusive. You can find this. It is available today online. Look at that gold foil. Love it. I think this is the sheet I used in my card today. It had more of the Melon Mambo in it. The back sides are just kind of basic patterns that make really great backgrounds or alternate layers. And I really like this stripe. If you know me for a while, you know I like stripes. But you get 2 sheets of those in that pack. So really pretty. Okay, so I've got my card base, and my first layer is just a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And I apologize if my voice is a little froggy. I had my family here for the holidays, and my grandson gave me his crud. So I kissed him too much probably or something. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to add to this first layer of basic white or designer series paper. So I've taken a piece of, I'm going to get my little cheat sheet out here so I don't get this wrong. This is 3 3/4 this way and 4 3/4 that way. And what I'm going to do is take a pencil and I'm going to mark this here. I'll pull my diagram out, and this will be over on my blog when I get off of here. So you want to cut it or make a little tick mark 1 inch down from the top. So I'm just going to take my pencil, and it says 4 3/4, so 1 inch is 3 3/4. I'm going to put a little tick mark, and then I want it 1 inch from the bottom. So I'm going to put this at 1 inch. I'm using my grid paper. And then I'm going to turn this around, so it'll be easier. And I need it 2 inches, and 2 inches from 4 3/4 would be 3 3/4, 2 3/4. So I've got 4 little tick marks. I hope that made sense. And then I need my trimmer. Hopefully that, along with my diagram, will help you. Oops. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I've got this 1 inch, the little tick mark at 1 inch. I'm going to put it right here in the gully of my trimmer. And then here's that first 2 inch, 2 inches from the top. So I'm going to put the 1 inch and the 2 inch. So it's kind of cattywampus. Does that make sense? And I've got it right in the gully, so when I trim it, that's going to come off. So 1 inch from the top, 2 inches from the top. And I'm going to cut it, and that's going to be my first piece. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here, 1 inch from the bottom and 2 inches from the bottom. So I've got it right in the gully of my trimmer. It's kind of on a diagonal. If you wanted to, you could probably just very lightly do use a ruler and just trace a line, or do it on the back side. If you're afraid to cut it, that's why I destroyed 2 pieces of scrap designer series paper trying to get my math right. But so I hope that made sense. And practice on a piece of scrap if you're nervous, because I hate cutting into really nice paper and ruining it, you know. Measure twice, cut once. Is that what they say? Okay, now I'm going to just glue this onto my second layer here. And I've just got some multi-purpose liquid glue into one of my favorite little 5-tip glue pens. Hopefully it's going to work. Here we go. I think I have these listed over on my blog under my favorite things or something, if you're interested in that. One of my teammates, Betty Holton, gifted me one, and I love it. Okay, so I'm doing the top one, and then I'm going to do the bottom one, and then I'm going to squeeze the middle one in between, just so I can make sure that the little gaps in between are kind of equal. This is just the easiest for me to do, because I can adjust the top and the bottom to about 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom, and make sure it's straight across. And now I can put this middle section in. I'm calling this a puzzle card. I'm not sure if there's an official name for this or not. But I'm going to kind of line that up and then make sure these 2 little spaces look about the same. You know, I'm kind of an eyeball it person. I'm not a real you know, some people get their T-squares out and everything. I am not that person. Okay, then I should have probably erased the pencil marks before I glued it down, but no worries. Sorry, that's probably shaking the screen. Okay, so that's your layer, and we can put that on our base right now. I could have done that before, but I kind of like to get it right, so I waste the least amount of paper if I mess up, right? Oh, and then I did the same thing just now that I did when I made my sample. I forgot to put the little metallic thread under there, so I don't think we're dry yet. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit with my scraper. Before I adhered that down, I should have added this is the gold twisted thread. You get, it doesn't say, 10 yards, it does say. I was looking at the metric. You get 10 yards of this, which would last forever and ever, I would think. Although we're going to use a lot of this in class on Thursday. And then I'm just going to tie a bow over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to grab my little tweezers, pull it tight. If you just dropped in, I am starting back with my Make It Monday afternoons. I tried some different times and different days last year, and they just didn't work for my schedule. I'm my mother's caregiver. She doesn't drive anymore. She has some chronic health issues and has a lot of appointments. She still lives independently, which is awesome, but you know, needs some help with groceries and stuff like that. So I spend a lot of time helping her out. And then a couple afternoons a week, I pick my grandkiddos up from school to help my daughter-in-law out. She has to go into the office a couple days a week. So my times just weren't working in 2024. So I'm going back to my old school Make It Mondays at 2 p.m. Central. That gives me time to have my coffee on Monday morning. I am a coffee person. Anybody else, I head to that coffee pot first thing. First thing. I'm not a get up and go person. Is anybody else a morning person? Oh, Crafting with Kim says that scraper is a handy little booger. Yeah, this thing is so old. I had a Cricut machine years and years and years ago, and this came with it. I no longer have the Cricut machine, but I love that little thing. It saves me a lot of headaches. Okay, then I took the dies. Here's the bundle. I took the dies from the bundle, and when you order the stamps and dies as a bundle, you save 10%. And I use this cute little one. Debbie is definitely not a morning person. Carol is not a morning person. I am actually kind of a grouchy McGrouchy in the morning, so don't talk to me or anything. It just takes me a minute, you know. I want to be quiet. I want to have my coffee. Just the way I am. And then I use this die and this die. This is a cute little solid die with some stitching on it. And I went ahead and did that so I didn't have to run the die cutting machine on my table and create an earthquake. So I've got the 3 hearts. I just love this one. I don't know if it's picking it up. Oh, the sun's coming in. It's so nice to see the sun today. It was it's been rather dingy. And then I took some Melon Mambo ink. And I love this little XOXO on the stamp set. It's probably my favorite of it. Where's my sample from one of my classes? For my class Thursday, I used that XOXO on this fun fold card that we're going to make. So, I was going to pull out I'm sorry if this shakes. Whenever I use my photopolymer stamps, I like to pull out my piercing mat, paper piercing mat, just to give it a little cushion. Crafting with Kim needs the coffee before conversation. Absolutely. The brain is not awake. And then I kind of put this heart off on a little bit of a diagonal, but I put the XOXO straight across. And that's where we're going to stamp the inside here in a minute, but that's all I did on the outside. I think we got enough going on with all the hearts and all the stuff. And I've got all of these old dimensional sheets that I'm trying to use up all the edges and everything. So if you see me just hacking away at the edges, I want to use them up before I open a new pack. So I kind of put this little guy front and center. I should have shut my shades before I came on. I didn't realize the sun would be right there. And then this one, I'll put a little dimensional on the corner and maybe a little glue right here. See how I made that XOXO parallel, but I did the heart crooked? That's my fancy design today. And then we'll put one more dimensional here. This card is so fast and easy. And you could make this card using for any, you know, I did Valentine's Day, but it would be so fun to do any kind of theme or occasion. All right, and then I finished up with the little heart adhesive back heart sequins. And like I said, if I will list all the products I've used in today's card in the description when I get done here. And then over in my blog, I'll have the diagram and also the products I used and the measurements for everything, in case you want to give it a go using what you have. This one has more foil on it than that one. How did I do this? I did a big one, a medium-sized one over here. Whoops. Guess you can put them anywhere. And then I did a little miniature one right here. I think I'll put it right here. They don't want to hang on to my pick the way I want them to hang on to my pick. I'll put it right there. There we go. That's so cute. So it's like a little triangle. And then on the inside, I kept it very simple and just did a love you. So I took a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And again, I used the Melon Mambo. Put it right in the center. It'd be kind of fun to put a couple of those little foil hearts around the sentiment on the inside of the card too. But I have to save them for class on Thursday. I'll show you those samples in a minute. And maybe I'll do a tutorial for those as well, and that way you have 3 card samples using the Marbled Elegance suite. So there is that card. I wish that sun wasn't shining in there, but I love it. These are the 2 other examples that I did. These are what we'll be making. We'll be making this little fun fold card on Thursday in my, I have a 10 a.m. and a 6:30 p.m. depending on how our streets are cleared. Um, if not, we're going to go for Tuesday the 14th. So today is the last day to sign up for that so that I can get uh, everything cut and ready for you to go. When you come to my classes, you know I spoil you a lot. So those are the 3 cards using the Hearts of Elegance bundle, and then the Marbled Elegance paper, which is beautiful. I forgot to put the Designer Series paper on my sheet, but I will include that in the list and over on the blog. So if you don't have any heart dies, that's a pretty basic thing. A heart shape is great. So I would highly recommend, even if you don't get the stamp set, look at all these heart dies that you get with the dies. So I always use hearts for layering and things like that. So it's a good thing to have in your stash. Thank you, Carol. Hey, Kathy Smith, Garnett. I know, I came on today. I'm back to my Make It Monday afternoon. So if you all, thank you so much for hopping in here today. I hope you're staying warm and safe this winter. And if you're in Kansas City, the class is Thursday. Today is the last day to sign up. And tomorrow, if you're tomorrow, everything goes live with the new catalogs. What did I do with them? Did I throw them away? Here's the annual catalog. Oh, here they are. Tomorrow, the new celebration brochure and the mini catalog go live. There will also be some online exclusives. You guys, don't sleep on the online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Is adding every month new product online only. You won't find them in any of our catalogs. So always check. You can always go to leslie.stampinup.net to see all the new things. So if you have any questions or I can help you in any way, please let me know. And I will see you next Monday for Make It Monday. You guys have a great afternoon. And thank you again for joining me. Love ya.